Hi everyone, welcome back to the YMCA 360. My name is Mike and this is 45 minutes of yoga. I like to keep the name simple because I want to have it kind of encompass all the good things. So on any given week, you'll see a various mix of things that we'll do. And I like to show a lot of options. I do also recommend that you have good props, blanket, block, and strap. You know, usually we start on the floor, but that's not a must. We're going to start today standing. Okay, so place your feet, roughly under the hip hinges there and really press down into it. If we had begun on the floor, I would ask the same things of you as I do now, and that is to maybe close your eyes if you feel comfortable and feel grounded, but then have a sense of energy running through the body and up the spine, okay? And I would also ask you to take a deeper inhale and match that with the same quality exhale. So we've got to use a little bit more of our diaphragm in the center here purposefully to take air in and give it away. Okay. Just a little bit of a different attitude starting standing. Notice if the fidgeting or the impulse to move is greater when you start standing as opposed to seated. Okay, good. Just like to unplug from the life outside. Let's begin simply. Inhale, go ahead, come on up and reach your arms up, up, up. Be tall, tall, tall. Good, reach out of those arm sockets unless, you have shoulder issues, do, the range that's right for you. And then we'll start simply, just go ahead, give yourself a brace and side bend here. Inhale, come on up, reach tall, and then go over. All right, so as you warm up, you can use more of your side strength as well. Okay, we'll come back to this. We'll keep it simple. Let's go ahead, come on up. Now, watch this. We're gonna do kind of a custom flow here. I want the arms to sweep back like an airplane, and you can have a good bend. Let's learn it. Now, belly up, back long and strong. Take an inhale and straighten your legs. So what this is it's a version of your halfway lift, but you're not using that for a brace, okay? Inhale again. Then exhale, just forward fold and keep those hands sweeping up. All right, you're gonna use this and swing all the way up. Whoop. And then find your Tadasana. Let's start from the top. Inhale. Now, on this one, maybe you like to take one hand and guide the other one over. So let's maybe take that up a notch. All right. And then we're gonna hold, bring your feet together. Now notice, let's hold one, maybe you go a little bit, and notice if that changes a little bit. All right, your stability. All right, come on up, be tall, tall, switch. Feet are comfortably close, go over the side. Okay, we're gonna do that flow again. Inhale on up here. Exhale, sweep your arms back, bend your knees. Inhale, straighten to use your back strength, and then exhale, come on up. Stay down here and just drop your hands and pedal your feet out for me a sec. Warm a little bit more into your hamstrings, okay? Do that one more time. Just now on this one, go ahead and press yourself on out. And then forward fold. Nod the head, yes. Tip, you're always feeling like you're tipping a little forward. All right. Lunge your left foot back. And go ahead, put the knee down. And just give me a nice warming here for the hips. Doesn't hurt to have just a little bit of bounce in the beginning when you're warming up your joints. All right. Good. And then let's go ahead, take your arm up to the sky, and you could even kind of touch the tailbone and bring it up. All right. Touch the tailbone, and my shoulders could even move a little bit, bring it overhead, and then let that rest here. Bring your heart forward and turn. Warming up multiple things at once. All right, let's bring this back, hands inside knees. And then come forward into a full kneeling plank. So you know it's a plank. Sometimes we feel like we're in plank, but that booty's got to come down. You could be on your fists. Be nice and tall here. Press into your hands. Tall, I mean long spine. And then push back. So don't move your hands. Stay more in melting heart than child's, and do that a few times. Inhale forward. Just come way far forward. Way far. All right, a few times. Lots of shoulder opening here. One more. Okay, we are also going to tuck the toes now. Really make a good handprint. And give me a down dog for a second. And maybe this one too helps to pedal out, because now we're getting into the heels, ankles, Achilles. Take a good inhale, press into your hands, hips high, maybe even onto the toes. Exhale, heels get heavy like they're weighted. In time, maybe thighs press back. All right. Let's swing the left foot back and lunge it forward. And we're gonna be on the other side, okay? Warm, warm. Open for this side. And we'll do similar. So remember, if you can't reach the floor, the block is your friend, like so. Let's go ahead, reach up, and do just a couple of these. Touch your low back, and then come on overhead. Touch back. It kind of play with the rotation of your shoulder here. It can turn a lot of ways. You know, if you turn your hand as well, it'll help. And then just hold that, okay? You could even kind of keep going into that twist a little bit. Nice. Okay, let's bring this back on in. Take one, maybe go to fists, and give me a plank from the knees or the feet. Whoo! Kicking that up a notch if you really want to. If you need to. Right? For your goals. What are your goals? Okay. Let's go ahead and put those knees down. Return to palms if you can. And then back to down dog once more. We are gonna give a good press here. Keep your breath moving. Good. Bend your knees, look to the top of the mat, and then walk or float. Let's rise. Come all the way back on up and Tadasana. So we're gonna do a few rounds of simple sun salutation. Let's start it though with those side bends. So remember here, inhale, and then bend to the right, exhale. Do it again, inhale up and to the left. Good. Arms reach way overhead and then come way down. Inhale to halfway lift. From here, you exhale to plank. So come back to plank, hold there for an inhale, your knees can be down. And then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, come down. Inhale. When you do a cobra, this is our first time through on this stuff too. The triceps probably warming. Lift, use your back body and lift, but also wrap around. Okay, use the arms in this. Tuck the toes, and again, back to down dog. Good. Inhale, look to the top, bend the knees. Start your exhale, make your move. Inhale, let's rise all the way. And Tadasana. We'll do the side bends again. Inhale. And you don't have to turn. If you see me turn, it's just so that you can see what I'm doing sometimes. All right. Good. Over the top. Let's go ahead. Take a dive. All the way. Out front, halfway lift. Step back to plank. All right. Find it. Inhale there. Hold. Exhale with strength. Come down. Inhale, come through cobra. Or up dog is strong back and straight arms. Exhale, come back to down dog. Pause here, give me 2 breaths. Nice big inhale, big exhale. So now your breaths are gonna stay even, but they may be a little bit quick and a little more fiery right now. Next inhale, look forward. Start your exhale, then make a move. Let's come up, all right. And then Tadasana. We're gonna kick that up a notch. Inhale by adding a couple things. Nice and tall. Let's take out the side bends. Come forward fold. We'll start similar. Inhale to halfway lift. But now, exhale and step your left foot back. Now this is gonna be a warrior one. Inhale, come on up. And then you're gonna go right back down to down dog. So it's got more ups and downs, okay? Come forward into plank. Exhale with strength, down. Inhale, come through, cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Now it's gonna be the left leg that comes forward, back heel down. Inhale to warrior one again, all right? You exhale back to down dog. All right, and hold, and hold. So that's a lot. That's probably the most energetic standard kind of sun salutation there is for all of that work. Good, still breathing, still pushing. Inhale, look through. And exhale to the top. Stand up. All right, Tadasana. We're gonna do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Halfway lift. Forward fold. This time you're gonna step your right foot back. Let's do the other side. And exhale, come on up. Take an inhale here. Gotta figure out my breath. Exhale, come to down dog. Now the lower portion, you could always chill out. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down. Inhale through. Exhale, back. Inhale, right leg kicks back, and exhale, lunge it forward, heel down. Warrior one, inhale, we go right away back to down dog. Woo! And you're gonna hold it again. Last time, guys, home stretch. Give another press. Next time you inhale, look to the top. I always start my exhale first, empty the belly and then move. Okay, inhale up. And Tadasana. Pause and feel the energetic shift, okay? I know after all of that excitement, you want to kind of keep moving, but this is yoga. And in yoga, we appreciate the energy. We stay mindful of the whole process the whole time. All right, so what we're gonna do here first is hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale and sit into a chair. Oh. Here's a couple things to know about chair. It doesn't have to be super high. It can be as low as your knees will tolerate. For me, that means like a 90-degree bend. More weight out here is gonna be more core challenge. And the classic chair is up here, adding a bunch more. Shoulders, everything. Ooh. So I'm kind of counterbalancing. The hips go back in the arms and torso forward. Belly in. All right. Inhale, come on up. Exhale. Such a simple thing and so much work, right? And you did it. It's just you against gravity. Let's step your left foot back. I like to go straight back, 2 lanes about it. Warrior one flow. So we were in warrior one a little bit. Let's have a good held one. Hold. Same thing here. Up higher, hands down. This is a lighter version, more grounded. If you got strength, you're gonna go. Send that knee towards the middle of the foot. You're gonna go, maybe go. So that's what I was talking about, always showing you. I showed you levels, but I ended up in kind of a high level. I don't like the sound of that. Nothing's higher or lower, nothing's better or worse. I ended up in a more energetic level. In class, what happens a lot is that people will see me end in, the challenging level. Let's straighten that and arms open. And so they'll just go there as well. Instead of, being like, I'm gonna take the chill. Open this out, and it's fine to challenge yourself. Of course, you're at home. You have no peers around you that you're comparing yourselves to. Just me. All right. Nice and wide for warrior two here. Gaze over your front arm. You want to be able to see your big toe, okay, to protect the knee. So if you got to squeeze back here to get this open, then have a nice squeeze. Move that foot. Good. So keep centered as well. We tend to go where our eyes go, our hands. Oof. Inhale it. Maybe a nice rest there for a sec. We're also going to do triangle. Don't overbend this. Give it a break. Rise. Inhale, reach far. Inhale, reach further. Good. Rest. Come on up. Simplest. More strength. More core strength. For shoulder opening. Hand off. More strength for core. I want this side body, both sides equal length, okay? Even if the hand is on the shin, we're working, okay? Oh my gosh, it's only 45 minutes. Okay, beautiful. We're gonna do the revolve version too. Pick it up, pick it up. Feet for sure in 2 lanes. So I kind of like this concept of throwing a ball because it guides you into turning a little bit, all right? I want those hips to turn. And then my left hand's gonna go down and then turn away. So in that instance, our flow a few times was helping adjust the body for where we wanna end up. Press equally into both feet. When you twist, you know, your breathing can get a little bit more labored, but you want to use, you know, your strength. Let's go ahead, use your side strength and come on up. All right. And then just go ahead and face the side. When you're constricted, using your musculature to take that breath is going to be a nice strengthening thing for you to do as well. You're going to choose any bind. So the bind could be simple like this, shoulder opening. Hold your arms or clasp hands. Inhale, lift up, exhale, go a bit down. Shimmy again, keep going. I kind of take the several breaths approach to getting down here. Let's have a good squeeze between your shoulders still. And for me, I get a big kind of pressure change in the body. You know, you're pressing, probably constricting that artery in the arms, right? Brachial. So you're gonna feel a shift and you're upside down. All right, melt your arms down or just let them swing down and just hold, hang and hold for a sec. Maybe give a little sway. If you want, maybe start picking your head up a little bit out of that as well. Nice big breath. And then walk your hands up your legs and come up. All right. Let's go ahead and turn. You're going to turn back to that direction. This one for sure, 2 lanes. Let me show you what I mean. From here, in yoga, a lot of times in the past, we've been taught to stand with legs kind of on balance beam and that heel to toe alignment, blah, blah, blah. I don't teach that way. Especially this, and some like Warrior 2, you do want that. But see here, 2 lanes under hips. For this one especially, hips down. Let's go ahead, put your left hand on your hip, on your back. Inhale, exhale, come forward. All right. So if you did not have 2 lanes while doing this, you are going to be challenged more than you want to be in your balance. All right. Reach way out. Good. And then let's go ahead, hold forward some amount. Now I'm going to take this into my balance today. So what I want to do is start bringing both arms forward and start stepping onto that right leg and bring yourself into a tree. So it was a transition into tree. And sometimes that can, ask for certain other strength. This could go, as far as all the way up. Be mindful of your knee. I'm going to do a double header balance today. So we're going to take this into dancer. We're going to change legs though. So go ahead, change legs, step into it. And then you're going to take your other arm back, catch your ankle, and come forward. Bigger versions of this pose require open shoulder, flexible back, strong leg, sense of balance. Let's come up and it's a lot of energy stimulating, Again, take time. Instead of going back to your to-do list, take time to, be here, feel what's going on. Okay. We're gonna step the right leg back, leave the left forward. Warrior one. Again. Flow. When I flow, watching my knee go straight out. Let's hold. All right. And in warrior two, warrior one, I've got a little bit of this helps establish my back foot nice and firmly if I do that kind of pivot and push between the different feet, okay? But then leave my shoulders front. Good. Let's go ahead and straighten. Come on out, arms wide. So this is the pose that I was talking about. The feet can be more center line, or you just really align yourself on a bigger line like that. Everything's stacked. Can you see your big toe? Out. The heat is part of the practice. Let's go ahead, inhale, exhale. The heat in yoga translates into self-discipline. Feet in two lanes for triangle. Reach. Is that as far as you can go? All right. Triangle. Remember the options we were talking about before? They're just about adding more challenge. This is a pose. Yes, I could go if I had really wide feet. I could go all the way here. Now, I'm still using all my leg and side strength. It's just a matter of flexibility. And frankly, I know that later in class, I'm going to work on these flexibility moments. So I don't always choose to do this because this alone is a lot of work too. Okay, come on up. For that pose for me right now. Grab it. You gotta be moving hips, all right? When you move your hips, I bet your back foot wants to move. Hand under shoulder, turn away. When you rotate, let the hips rotate. There's also an old-fashioned yoga idea that the hips stay stacked. And what happens, has happened with yogis now because of that, is really bad repetitive strain and or injury in your low back. SI joint. Use your strength. Come around. Nice and wide. I'll let that go again. All right. Now, let's just go ahead and Deepen the fold one notch. Inhale here, exhale, and maybe keep hands at legs. You could also fingers around toes. Just give me another deeper fold. I know, I'm keeping you on the legs a little longer today. All right, let's walk up. We have to do our other balance. Turn, turn, turn. You must be two-laned. Right hand at the low back. Sorry, left. And the right hand's gonna reach out a few times. Let's do this. Notice how you gotta really push into that front foot. Come up. One more. All right, so let's go ahead, stay kind of weighted forward. This is gonna go into tree, so bring yourself with skill up into that. Turn the knee out. Roots from the feet, trunk up the leg, yeah? Branches to the sun. Okay, so remember what we did, we transitioned. I want you to come out of that, step to the other foot, and catch your ankle. Be really square forward and then tip. Your light version of this could just be like so, okay? Then you play. Let's go ahead, come on up and put it down. I bet you'd like to go to the floor. Let us do that. Come down. Come on back. How about a moment in child's pose? Let everything equalize and cool. Surrender your arms fully. Stack if you like. Never worry that the shape your body makes isn't looking exactly like mine or what you see in other places. You know, it's more important to kind of pay attention to the other cues that I'm giving. Okay. I'd like to do a dolphin today, so let's go forearms down, elbows in front of your shoulders, and a clasp here. And today I'm going to encourage a dolphin push-up from the knees or from the feet. Okay, so it's kind of chin to fists, pretty much, and then you press the hips all the way back. Okay. Now, I encourage starting with like trying to do 7 of these, then to 14, then to 21 even. I'll never do 21 in this class, but that is if you want to build strength and you're doing a practice on your own. That's the goal I was given. The goal I was given to work up in strength. Then hold your dolphin, knees or toes. Press. Because you need this strength to do, eventually this is the base of headstand, coming in like that, okay? Let's take knees down, stack both of your fists under your forehead, just to stay up a little bit, and give me a nice couple breaths on that. All right, and we're gonna kind of counter that with some nice legs up. And I recommend block, find the sweet spot. If that's too much, that's too high. Also, if the block is one of those really firm, super firm ones, or cork or something, they might dig in. So you might prefer something softer. Okay. And let these float. We sometimes like to have arms nice and wide here too. Feel very grounded in the shoulders. Smooth breathing. and I want you to notice, bring your awareness into the legs, the calves, the feet. And notice you can feel what your body is doing to supply up there in this different way. So the blood returning to the heart doesn't need all of the mechanics that it normally does. So you're gonna feel a little extra pressure in the upper body. Kind of let that be a weight that that brings your nervous system down. And of course this, I could go to the back wall, but this is also, legs up the wall a lot of times, and you could just do that as its own practice sometimes. Spend 5 minutes. Same thing, put your hips on that, but then you could just rest the legs against the wall a little bit. Really great common practice. Okay, let's go ahead and bring those feet down. And maybe a nice hug of the knees here. Also, sometimes the legs at the wall, maybe we sometimes do that for our rest, our shavasana at the end of class. I will say it's not often that I do it in class because I don't generally have enough wall space for it. That's why it's nice to do on your own. Okay, let's do a bridge here today. Feet in close-ish. Elbows dig in. Lift part way. Shimmy your shoulders under, please, and then continue to lift. Okay, and give me a nice press. You want to lengthen your neck and make sure it's not that it's just resting. Okay, weight is on shoulders. Press into elbows. Having a good squeeze, when you need to tap out, you can. All right, undo the shoulders, come down super ultra slow. Tailbone is last. And again, another hug. Be a nice big one. Okay, I'm going to turn onto the belly for some back work as well. And this one is going to be a version of locust. I'm going to call it the airplane locust. Put your head down, put your feet wide, okay, toes wide. And then your hands are out front and the hands are together, all right? So you're making an A shape. Let's walk through this. Now, when you exhale, I want you to squeeze the legs together and bring the hands out kind of to the side. So this is my most supported version. The feet are down and the hands are down. So then move back to the A version, let the head bow, and then squeeze a little bit here. And then you could eventually inhale. You're going to eventually exhale, bring the arms and feet off the floor on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Let's do 2 more. Ooh. Was this 3 more? Let's go ahead. Hold, hold, hold. Either out here, here. Maybe a Y, M, C. You got it. All right. Child's pose, please. Counter that. Breathe into the low back. Good. Come on up. Let's sit. All right. Today, I really would like to show you, what do I got time for? Let's talk about it real quick. Lay down. I'm going to talk to you about the best way to do a lying twist. So you want the feet down. You want to pick your hips up and move them way over to the right. All right. Then go ahead and tip the knees to the left. That's your real simple version. Now, a couple things you can do if this annoys you at all, or if this arm is floating, you could always kind of throw this blanket behind and then just let the hand be on the ribs. And if you like letting the leg, practicing the leg flexibility, but it's too much for it to reach the floor, then just have that, come down onto a block. Right there, wonderful. Or this whole leg could go on a bolster, right? You have one of those. This is a really relaxing twist, and it's a sustainable twist, I'll call it. It's the amount of twist that is good to rest in. Watch for icky strain. Give me another breath here. So I really like this supported version if I know I'm going to do it for a decent amount of time. Sometimes we just do windshield wipers. Come back in, give me one momentary back massage, especially maybe with the focus on the lower spine. All right. Then I remember what I did, and I'm going to get ready. Move the hips left. Drop the knees right. Maybe this goes behind me. And I don't worry about, this is just a really restful version, okay? If I wanted to do more, I can always have the hand on the leg or use the strap. The version I'm doing right now is just more restful. I'm looking to the ceiling. All right, let's go ahead. We're kind of relaxed. Forget yourself. Whew, there's nothing wrong with that. I am going to, don't come up unless you need to. I'm going to use the strap because I want to do a leg stretch, and I'm going to use the strap today around the heel, okay? And a simple leg stretch today. And just work at breathing and warming into this. Of course, the leg can go long opposite. So this is nice too if you are, stay where you are, but I'm just gonna illustrate something. When we do our leg stretch in this version, it can be a little bit more stressful for the back. I mean, it's stretching, it's nice, it's good for the back. But if you just want to take the back out of the equation completely, then right here. As you melt, you can bring that closer. It's just because I'm not reaching my head toward the leg. So If you don't have a strap and it's a struggle to kind of keep up here, for sure you should be with that bent leg. It's going to make it easier. It could be as simple as this. Okay. Take another inhale. A big exhale and a good squeeze. Okay. Let's go ahead and change sides on that. Come on up. Start simply. So you can probably see, I am kind of I formed a loop at a place where I can hook my fingers, which I think is the easiest way to grab versus here, versus, you know, that kind of grasp. Depends, you might be different. Take the journey, inward journey on a deep stretch. There's that initial oof, right? And then we're gonna find our way, first 5 breaths. By the time you're through those, you should be having gotten rid of some tension. It's not a bad thing to try to go deeper, but you know, I don't even want to say walk the line. When yoga teachers say go to your edge, understand that that means we have a principle of non-harming always. So whatever edge that is, you should never be risking going into self-harm. Maybe the edge is more mental. All right, let's finish with just a few things. Let's start in just a lying butterfly, feet together, knees wide. Give a little flutter, and just start the opening a little bit. And we'll see if we can go a little deeper. So just maybe even take that entry into this, in this position, letting things let go. When you're lying on the floor, give a gentle length to the back of the neck. And then you could do one or a number of different things. Let's look at them. You could take this in a notch, or hug your knees wide, or happy baby, hands to feet, or V, V. I'm kind of tweaked my inner knee connective tissue recently, so I've been working my way back into that feeling good. Going for a little bit deeper stretch, but at a nice low entry, soft entry. Nice. Let's go ahead, bring that in, and just rest for a couple breaths. Now, this is a shorter class, and we often don't spend a full amount of time in what we call shavasana or rest. But if you have the time, I do recommend just staying and resting for a time. And then whenever you're ready, moving back slowly and mindfully. right? Maybe onto your side. Then to sit up. And just finish with a sense of gratitude for the body you've been given. And something we say in the tradition too, for all of the teachers that have come down. I didn't make this stuff up. I have gratitude for the stuff that's survived hundreds and some things thousands of years, right? All right. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. All right. Go ahead and